everyone, and thanks for tuning in. I am your host, Dr. Joretta Carey, welcoming you all aboard as we go full steam ahead. We're in for a treat today with our guest who has some big things popping, and you'll see why I said that pretty soon. She is the Vice President of Derek Alexander Company and is invested in multiple real estate ventures in Grand Bahama and several other islands in the Bahamas. While her tertiary education focused on computer information systems, accounting management, and project management, she is highly proficient in the areas of international tourism, customer relations, retail development and operations, real estate, and property management. Today, she's here wearing her co-captain hat as proprietor of Candy Captains, one of the sweetest spots here on Grand Bahama. She is also happily married to Mr. Derek Newbold and has two beautiful daughters, Hannah Victoria and Skye Elizabeth, who are affectionately known as the little girl bosses of Candy Captains. Welcome to the show, Mrs. Harveyann Newbold.
Well, hello everyone, and thank you so much, Dr. Joretta, for the warm welcome.
Thank you. I'm so excited to have you on the show today. It's not every day that you encounter kids who are business savvy. Bossing your little brother or sister around, yeah, sure. But to say, hey, you know what? I first of all believe I can do this, to actually do it, and to continue to do it. I think that's pretty bossy, if I do say so myself. So tell us, Mom, where did all of this start? What inspired the little girl bosses to start their own business?
Well, I would have to be completely transparent with you and say one word: exposure. Over the years, my husband and I have decided that before we even had kids, that we would take them on exotic vacations around the world and expose them to all the things that we love, because we traveled extensively prior to having kids. And that's exactly what we did. And during our travels, I think we were in Europe at one point, we went to this awesome candy store. I mean, they had barrels and barrels of homemade and gourmet sweets, and Skye absolutely fell in love. From that point on, she demanded that we open a candy store similar or just like it in Grand Bahama so that she can come and visit and enjoy it the same way she did on vacation. Later on in our travels, we were in the Middle East, and Skye and Hannah at this point experienced gourmet popcorn, and she fell in love. And then, of course, she began insisting that we have one of these back home. So that's where it all started. And they both continued to insist on having these items, these stores, this type of product available to all kids in Grand Bahama. And they wanted their own stores, though, initially. They decided that we don't want to be in business together. They did not want that. That was absolutely out of the question for both of them. So it took us quite a while to convince them that that's not practical in, the economy at the time in Grand Bahama. So we said we would consider it if they would combine it and have a candy store and a popcorn store. And there comes Candy Captains.
Awesome. I totally love it. It said that girls are made of sugar and spice and all that's nice. So of course they'll choose confectionery. So what are some of the products that are found at the store?
Well, of course, we have over 200 different types of candies and novelty items as well. So they wanted toys filled with candies on top of that. Imagine us as parents, guys, come on, give us a break. Initially, when we signed up for this, we thought it would just be great and wonderful experience for them. But then, of course, the popcorn took on a life of its own. We are so grateful to our customers because they appreciate the value and the hard work that goes into every single kernel that is popped. We make sure that it is popped to perfection. We pride ourselves on giving quality products and also more than enough. We try to give you extra Our bags and combinations usually call for anywhere from 3 cups to 110 cups, but you'll see that our customers get a lot more than that when they come into the store. The flavors that we offer is like over 40 different flavors, and they include a few indigenous flavors like the goat pepper and the coconut rum. And well, Bailey's is not indigenous to the Bahamas, but I have to say that it's a favorite by many. One of the flavors that we did a little challenge with, and everyone absolutely loved it. They fell in love with it and became the winner. So that's one of our flavors. We do have all the basics, the cheddars and the caramels and all that. But I think the kids themselves enjoy our sour flavors, like all of our Sour Patch flavors as well. And the island sea grape out of the Sour Patch flavors has become adults' favorite as well. So there's a variety of flavors and lots to try. And I wish we were in Candy Captain so that you can be sampling as we speak.
Yes, that would be absolutely delightful. So tell me, how does STEAM apply to the business? Your science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. How do we see that at work at Candy Captain?
Well, that's a very good question. I would have to say that math for sure, because of the measurements and all of the weighing, the scales, everything is sold by the pound or the quarter pound, but mainly science. Do you know that popcorn actually has a scientific name? And can you guess it without Googling it?
Oh,
Okay, this is probably a trivia question and tell them they can't Google. But yes, it does have a scientific name. It's Zea mays averta. And popcorn is from the grass family. And it is something that comes from over 6 different forms. We have 6 different types of seeds. So you have the dent seed, you have the flower seed, you have the pod seed, of course, the sweet corn that we all are very familiar with, and the flower seed, and of course, popcorn. So of these 6, the dent is very familiar to us, believe it or not. It's used widely in products that we use every day and that we enjoy, like cornbread and I would say corn chips or tortilla chips and tacos, amigos, that we all love and enjoy. And the pod seeds is basically almost extinct because it doesn't really have any economic value. So that is basically faded away over time. The Flint is very popular because we all love and enjoy our grits. There's nothing like some steam and grits, right? So there you have your Flint seed. And of course, the 2 most popular and famous ones are the sweet corn that's served at our dinner table that we all enjoy, and our corn on the cobs from different entities, as well as the popcorn is the most famous. So those are the types of seeds. Now, for popcorn to actually pop, there have to be a certain condition. There's 2 things that's absolutely needed. And can you guess what that may be, Dr. Joretta? Think about it. Yes. Good.
Important to it.
Yes.
And pressure.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Moisture. You have to have a certain amount of moisture because the actual kernel itself have to come to a certain temperature of 460 degrees in order for it to actually open. That nice, white, fluffy starch that we like, that is actually starch. It has to melt and become into almost like a gelatin first, and then it explodes and comes into that. And how about how high a popcorn can actually pop in the air? Can you guess how high?
I would say about 6 feet or so.
You're halfway there. Okay,
Wow.
Actually 3 feet. So you're a little over, yes, but 3 feet of popcorn. That's why we have to cover the pot whenever we're popping. If not, you will have popcorn everywhere. I'm sure anyone at home has ever done homemade popcorn understands the fact that if you don't cover that pot, you're going to lose a lot of popcorn. You will have none left, actually. So yes, that is one of the things that you have to remember. But yes, there is so much science to popcorn. It's unbelievable. And anyone who have attended our tours over the years can tell you all of these facts. We've done tours for over a year now, for schools, tourists, businesses, organizations, clubs, and everyone gets this tour where they're educated on popcorn. And also, one of the things that most people don't know, they taste it, they enjoy it, and they know that something's different, but they can't understand why. Popcorn has 2 different shapes. One of them is a butterfly shape, and one is a mushroom shape. Now, the mushroom shape is the one that we use for gourmet popcorn. And that gives you that nice burst of flavor. It's properly coated. The size is, is really, it's very good. You put it in your mouth and it's like, oh yes, satisfaction guaranteed. So yeah, science for sure.
I totally, totally love it. So it's about time that we blow off some steam. That's what I call it. And so here's how it works. I'll tell you the category and you tell me which one of the girls, whether it's Hannah or Skye, more aptly fits the description.
Okay. I love this game. Yes, I wish they were listening, but they will be.
Okay, so in the category of science, who is always asking why? Who's
Skye. Skye, Skye, Skye. And not only is she asking why, she's always experimenting if we don't give her the answer that she wants. So I don't think that's right. So I'm going to try it my way. That's Skye.
I love it. That investigative mind.
Yes.
Wonderful, wonderful. And in the area of technology, which girl would always be found with a gadget in hand?
That would be Skye. Hannah's more of a bookworm. She loves books. She reads she read so many books this summer. It's just, it's amazing. But Skye we call her the tech baby. From her baby, she just gravitated towards it, and that is her thing. She's enjoying this whole virtual school. She's really flourishing in it. We're amazed. I'm like, my husband hinted to me that he may want us to start. He may want me. Let's not say us, because we know how this goes, women. He want me to start homeschooling. I'm like, are you serious? I know the husband is the head of the home, but we need to really see God on this.
Trust me, I'm a homeschooler myself, and I can definitely tell you that's something you want to think long and hard about before being fully dedicated to.
I commend you for that. God bless you. They're you women need a crown of your own with special stones for that. Whew, I possibly can maybe entertain the thought, but Lord, I don't know if I'm capable. I don't feel worthy. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, it's quite a rewarding experience, but you definitely have to know that this is what I really want to do for you and the child's sanity.
Yes, more so mine than theirs, yes.
So in the category of engineering, who is the problem solver?
I would say Hannah. Hannah is very solution oriented, and she's always finding ways to make it work, make things fit. She's kind of like the glue that brings everything together. So that's absolutely positively Hannah.
Awesome. And as far as math goes, your number cruncher, and who's the one keeping all the tabs on the book?
That is Hannah. Hannah requires accountability at all times. Everyone has to be accountable to her for their responsibilities and the role in which they're playing at all times. She's like, Mommy, it's no. If a recipe is messed up, Skye didn't put her portion in, or she didn't measure the right amount. It's always she's always the one making. Oh, Skye didn't order that. You had that. That was I had it on the inventory sheet, but Skye did not. She's the candy shop. She's really like that. I'm telling you, they're like two little business women just having conversations. And my husband and I, we sit back and scratch our head like, oh my gosh, we've created little monsters here. Skye,
I love it.
Yeah, Skye will go in and she would do inventory and count. And I think she enjoys the inventory side of things because she gets to sample. See, when you're inventorying products like candies, you have to make sure that the dates are still good and that the product is still fresh and they were packaged properly. And so she loves that. Mommy, I will take over that side. I am the owner of the candy store. But Hannah is the one that uses that against her for accountability. You are the owner of the candy store. Therefore, you have to do this and you have to do that. And that's your responsibility. I'm like, Lord, have mercy. I don't want you guys to be my boss anymore. I'm resigning.
Awesome. We see that they have truly earned the title of little girl bosses.
Correct.
That is so sweet.
Correct.
Yeah, so we're going to take a little break and we'll be back shortly. And we're back. Involving children in STEAM-based activities can benefit them in so many different ways. It enhances their critical thinking skills, their problem-solving abilities, and of course, fosters great teamwork, as we just heard with the little girl bosses. So tell me, Miss Newbold, can you speak to some of the ways that Hannah and Skye have grown in these areas since becoming involved in business?
Well, I would have to say that I've seen a lot of growth in them both, maturity, but most of all, I think I saw discipline, which is very rare. Discipline just came naturally once they became involved in the business. They had, prior to COVID-19, and forgive me for saying this, they had a gruesome schedule. They balanced school, extracurricular activities, and they were always on the go and incorporating the business as well, and in times when they would be there. And I actually have pictures of them in the office doing homework. And then I have little videos of them completing homework and running out to help customers or help to pop popcorn and make flavors and all that restocking. And it's just amazing how disciplined they became. And I'm really thankful for, grateful for the opportunity that we had as a family to just pause during this shutdown, lockdown period, to spend time with them and for them to just enjoy summer and be kids again. Because one of the things we did not want to lose in this process is the fact that they are kids and they need to have that time to just enjoy life and be free. And they're basically jumping in the canal every day, jumping in the pool every day. And we're out of lockdown now, thank God. But still, I have to say, I'm so grateful for the opportunity that we had as a family to just do those little outside barbecues and camp outside. And, they made homemade everything. And we had to eat it and drink it. And we survived. And, thank God for that. But yes, it was definitely discipline.
Wonderful. So, what advice would you give to encourage parents to support their children in pursuing long term goals such as business ventures at an early age?
Well, I would have to say that don't try to make them mini me's, They're little people with their own identities. And listen to them carefully. Pay close attention to what excites them. God has filled them with so many gifts and talents. You'd be amazed when you step back and just have a listen to them and some of their conversations. And they have so much to offer up to the world. But we have a responsibility not to miss that in our pursuit of making sure that they become these little professionals. And, as guardians, we really need to consult God frequently and consistently and ask him how to harness these gifts and talents and to not stifle them in any way, but rather, cultivate a mindset within them that basically says nothing is impossible. And I think once we achieve that, then as parents, we win.
All right, so we see that we have some big things popping. So now you know why I said that at the beginning. All of the flavors down at Candy Captain are totally amazing. I love the gold pepper, the kettle corn, the Baileys, the strawberry cheesecake. When you get in there, it's like you really can't make up your mind. Even the adults are literally kids in a candy store. And so you are going to have a chance to get your taste buds tantalized by these wonderful, delectable gourmet treats. Miss Harveyann Newbold is actually going to give away some of this deliciousness. So here we go. It's giveaway time.
Okay, so here we go. This is what we're going to do. We have a $25 gift certificate that we're going to give away today. And
Wow.
to our lucky listener and viewer. And how we're going to do this. I mentioned a scientific name earlier on. And I'm sure anyone who attended our tours, like I said in the past, will have this name on the tip of their tongues. But I want you all to just get to know this name so well. So you can call in and get this information to the network, the scientific name of popcorn I think that you deserve to have that $25 gift certificate. And you can trust me, that's a lot of money in Candy Captains. That's a lot. That's a lot of candy and that's a lot of popcorn. So you can really have a grand movie night.
Wonderful. And so listen very carefully at the end of the show for the network information so that you can claim your sweet prize. Do you have any final words for us today?
I just want to say that I am just so proud of you guys. This network is something that is transformational. I love all of the different variations that you're offering to so many different categories of individuals so that we can zoom in and tune into our favorite, host. And congratulations. And I look forward to seeing more and hearing more and tuning in every week. Okay? Every week. All right? And feel free to stop into Candy Captains and enjoy some of our, what do you call it? Deliciousness?
Yeah.
Okay, anytime.
Sweet morsels of sweetness.
Yes. And thank you so much for the opportunity to share a little bit about what the little girl bosses have been up to this summer and their mischievous side as well.
Yes, I'll definitely have to have them on the show in the future.
For sure.
Yeah. So I want to say a great big thank you to Mrs. Harveyann Newbold of Candy Captains. Once again, it has truly been a sweet ride. Be sure to follow RBNTV Studios on Facebook, as well as subscribe to our YouTube channel for all the latest updates on our programming. I also want to encourage you to follow all of the social distancing protocols in your respective areas, including wearing your mask at all times once you're in public. And also remember to sanitize. Well, folks, that does it for our show today. Set higher goals and motivate your kids to do the same, because big things poppin' and little things stopping. It's the right mindset if you want to go full steam ahead. Bye-bye.
You're watching RBNTV. We are networking, promoting, we're scoring points for you, proclaiming, declaring, here to encourage you. No matter the problem, we will enlighten you. We hear you, please listen, there is a point of view.